to talk about some things I've been thinking about. I feel like aliens are definitely watching us. I mean, you know, not in a paranoid sense, but they definitely have the radio. They see the internet. They know about the Tide Pod challenge. They know we're eating laundry detergent and dying because of it. Like, that's why people only see UFOs nowadays. Like, you don't hear about people getting abducted because aliens are driving by Earth like white people in the ghetto with their doors locked, hoping we don't get in. They eat laundry detergent. We don't want them to eat our laundry detergent. That shit's expensive.
Told me to do that. Shit's old.
I'm really good at transitions. Have you guys ever really thought about a controversial issue and then thought of an innocuous situation that like paralleled it perfectly? Like, I was at a friend's house one time and the squatter there, a squatter is somebody who hangs out at your place and doesn't pay rent. He was hanging out, we were all having a good time, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty thirsty. And, you know, before my sentence reached the far wall, before, you know, I barely even spoke the sentence, he was like, oh, what can I get you? I was like, alright, this is the kind of squatter I like, you know, somebody who pretends to be the host, anticipating your guest's needs. But he's like, oh, what do you want? You want some water? I was like, oh yeah, I want some water. He's like, you want ice in it? And I'm like, goddamn right I want ice in it. And then that's when I realized it's just like abortion. Does life begin at the faucet or the ice tray? Are you pro-war or pro-choice? Maybe someday I'm not in an emotional, financial, spiritual state that I can handle warm water right now. Maybe someday, but right now I need ice. Did I mention about the transitions? I had this friend. I called him my disciple, but we were talking. He asked me, you know, after I told him that I had been to some country, he was like, oh yeah. He was one of these people that, you know, obsessively and excessively abbreviated words that need abbreviated. So he would abbreviate words like huge and other such words. And he asked me, "You've been out of the coop since?" Asking if I'd been out of the country since this last time I mentioned. I was like, I am 23 years old. I've been out the coop as long and I am not going back. I was a pretty scared kid. Like, I wasn't afraid of the things that, you know, normal kids were afraid of, like not breaking the piñata or getting cooties. Like, I had deep, dark fears, like deep-seated, you know, terrible fears. Like, I went to sleep at night and I felt that it was just as likely, if not more likely, that I would be abducted and wake up somewhere else than it would be to wake up in my own bed. And, you know, I finally tracked down what struck terror in my boyhood self. Like, what gave me such paranoia. Like, it's two words. And it's Santa and it's Claus. And you might be saying, God, Santa is a symbol of joy and peace, and he gives presents to all the good little boys and girls, and you're wrong. Santa is the ultimate example, the epitome of perversion, pedophilia, and predation. I lost you there. Let me tell you. Santa sees you when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake. Now, in my experience, all of my most personal and just my experiences that I don't want other people involved with have either been when I was awake or when I was asleep. So that fat bastard covers his bases in one goddamn verse. He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Well, that's the creepiest thing ever. I'd be dropping a deuce as a child, just sitting there minding my own business. I'd be looking around the bathroom trying to find where Santa was looking in his seeing stone or his crystal ball or whatever, just peeking at me while I'm dropping a deuce. And I'd be in the shower, I'd be covering my willy, I didn't want Santa looking in his crystal ball and see my genitalia. I'm not about that, old man. But what if, a kid nowadays was as, paranoid as I am? What if he had these thoughts about Santa looking in on him, but, he took too many vitamins when he was a kid, so he hit puberty when he was 8 years old, so he starts diddling himself when he still believes in Santa, and then, while he's diddling himself, he realizes to his dismay, to his horror, that Santa was watching because he was awake. Speaking of which, the sperm whale has a 12-foot penis and ejaculates 60 liters of sperm every time. That is astounding. Nature, you crazy. You guys ever thought about whale sex? I have. Let me tell you about it. What do you think happens in whale sex? You have these two giant, majestic beasts approaching each other in the vastness of the ocean. Maybe a wink, a blush is exchanged. And then what happens? One whale has to turn over, probably the female, but maybe the male if he's a generous lover. But then what happens? It's flap, flap forward, flap, flap back, flap, flap forward, flap, flap back. Think about the amount of mileage it'd take to get a proper fucking that way. We are talking about several marathons. But that is not how whales have sex. Let me tell you how whales have sex. The whale penis, the Moby Dick, if you will, extends and retracts accordion style. So the whales don't have to move at all. Let me say again, nature is crazy, my friends. You're welcome for that. But horse semen is, incredibly valuable. I mean, it's tens of thousands of dollars an ounce, for people who are trying to breed horses, I guess. But if that's how much horse semen is worth, what do you think whale cum is worth? Back when they were breeding whales for SeaWorlds and whatever, there isn't alright, when you have horses, they have a product that you can buy for your horses. So they're like, oh yeah, that's a sexy lady right there. And they get up on it and they bust a nut in it, and then you get the semen, and then you sell it on eBay for tens of thousands of dollars. But there's no such thing for whales. There's no like artificial female whale that Shamu can bust a nut in. Like, there isn't a pocket pussy orca edition. Somebody at SeaWorld was paid to manually extract the semen from the orca. Like, somebody had the job of being the orca jerker. And this position calls to mind many questions for me that I wanted to share with you. I won't get to tell you all of them. But how much schooling does it take for you to qualify for the position of the orca jerker? Like, do you need to exhibit your animal jerking capabilities on the otters and the sea lions beforehand? Like, is it weirder for a male or a female to hold this position? Is the orca jerker like the big guy on campus, or like the weird kid that nobody wants to have lunch with? Like, what do you do when you get home at the end of the day? Like, what do you say to your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife? Like, oh, you wouldn't believe what Shamu came up with today. That's always followed by, I want a divorce. My last thought is just put yourself in the position of the orca jerker at SeaWorld. That is your job, your profession, your chosen lifestyle. And, you know, some family emergency comes up so you can't come to work for a couple of days. And you're going around SeaWorld trying to find somebody to cover your shift. That's it, people. Thank you.